All right. All right, we're on notes. We're on notes. So AQR 6.3.2, Venn diagrams, day 2.
So
Now,
this is the part where you all should be paying attention. If you're working on something, I recommend that you stop what you're working on so that you can pay attention.
so
Make your notes.
now, what should be expected to you? So for me to you, I am going to give you the Venn diagram with the values in it, just like you saw in today's Do Now, okay? So how am I going to ask the questions? They're going to be very similar to the ones you just saw today with the values inside. But understanding how to identify the various sections becomes important. So today we're focusing on what's also known as a triple Venn diagram. All right. So a triple Venn diagram is basically 3 sets within a universal set. So visually, you're going to see. Let's try another one. Let's find a intersection B, intersection C. All right. Now this one's a tougher one. So once again, I have these 3 circles. Yes.
So it's in the middle between A, B, and C?
Yes, it is. So it's only one of these sections. And remember, we did one way back last week. We did this with just the sets, and it was all the ones that are common in everything. So they're part of all 3 circles. So as Juju has noted, it's this little piece right in here because it is part of A, it's part of B, and it's part of C. So even though there's a new set, even though there's a 3rd circle in there, it still is the same work. Okay? I'm going to let you have a little bit of time to draw these 2 diagrams, and we're going to do a more specific example with the values so that you can try to find out how to do them, especially when there are more than 2 set operations. So I'm going to give you just a quick moment to copy these down. So we're going to do 3 more examples. So if you want to get ahead, you can draw these 3 Venn diagrams with the 3 circles. If you're all caught up, draw the 3 circles within 3 different Venn diagrams to help you out. Okay? And I'm actually just going to keep the numbers out of it. I think if I write the numbers in here, it's going to get too much for you. So right now, we're just focusing on the Venn diagram shading piece. Tomorrow, when we're doing our do now, we're looking, it's very similar to today's do now. You're going to shade the region, and then they're going to have the numbers that are within. There's going to be some on the outside, within, in each little piece. So I want you to visually see you.
Use your notes to look at what he's asking you about.
I want you to practice drawing these and see what you think the answer is.
So, you see how this is
So we're trying to find these.
Don't think about B, think about C.
Again, the notes will be posted if you want to look on that later on. And if you need a printed copy, we can provide those for you. But at this point, I need you to try to practice and identify. And if you are going to get all 3 of these right here, tomorrow's do now, you're going to fly right through it, and then you can go right to the homework that is given tomorrow.
So look at your notes, guys. Especially for those people on day for hard copy and think about what's asking you. If it's asking you about A and C, then you just don't look at B. Think about just what's in A and C.
And here's the other good news for you, or what you should know. This is the end of this unit's lessons. All right? This is the last of the notes for the material that is in this unit, and therefore this unit assessment. This is as tough and difficult as I'm going to give them to you. All my scratch paper keeps moving around. Right there it is.
What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to try to shade the region that it's referring to. We're gonna give you a few minutes on this.
You need scratch paper?
We're gonna try it, right? You need scratch paper?
Who needs scratch paper?
Calvin needs some. Help you on doing this work, but basically, I also like to use colors. All right, when we can, if you have it. So A would be this whole circle right here. This is A, yes. But C is this one down here. So in this case, I'm removing the red portion from here. So my final answer should actually only look like, go partial. I'm actually removing the red portion. I'm taking out anything that touched C. Anything that touched C, and so I know let's get this down here. So this crescent, whenever you just have A minus, it's always going to look like this crescent moon. And in this case, so it's this whole section because that's all of A. Even this section over here is still part of A. It's within the circle of A. And then I'm going to remove out that section that was part of C. I'm removing it out. So having an eraser is something that it's going to be very helpful for you on this one. I like to use different colors and then just say, oh, what am I doing? A intersection B prime, same thing. We start with A. We know we're dealing with A. So this whole circle is A. But it says I want to intersect what is not part of B. So here's B, right? Well, so here's B. So what part of it is not in B? Inside the circle or outside the circle? Outside. And I can only touch the stuff that's also part of the previous one. So it's actually going to be this part right here, which is also another crescent. But this part right here is everything that's inside of A, but not part of B. And so once again, it can't be part of B. It cannot be part of B. That portion right there is part of B. So I cannot be. Here's a trick for these last ones. If you see double intersection, now, and we could take this a lot further, but we're going to leave it in terms here. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little parts, right? See how there's 8 little sections? When you have this double intersection like this, the answer is always going to be just one of these tiny sections. So it's just going to be like just this piece, or just this piece, just this piece, or just this. All right, that's something helpful. When we did the other ones with difference, notice that in each of these cases, there was only 2 of them, and so as a result, we end up getting 2 of the sections, not just one. Patterns that apply. So again, we want what's part of A, so here's A. We want what's inside A. We want what's inside B, okay? So we know A intersection B would just be these parts right in here, right? But it says, and what's not in C. So what is not in C? So inside of A would be here. Inside of B, or A would be here, sorry. Inside of B would be here, which means that they have this part right in here in common. I know it's getting a little complicated. But then I say not C, and this is where I bring in the eraser. Not part of C. So my answer turns out to only be that little top piece. It's inside of A, it's inside of B, but it's not part of C. And so this little section up top is what my whole answer is. It just turns out to be this little part. Think about it. It's in A, it's part of A, it's part of B, and it's not part of C. Over before, when I said if it was included in C, it would be this one right here, so it's the other piece right in there. That's our lesson for today. These notes